A tough guy. This guy here is Darin Hayes. Darin Hayes was the second qualifier. This is his first television appearance. He has 4 regional titles to his credit. I was watching these guys during warm-ups, and I can tell you right now, we're in for a whale of a match.
Well, those pluses, the 392 and the 330 plus scores up there were how many pins over the average of 200 that they knocked down for their 10 games. This is equivalent to roughly 239 average for Mike Neuman, 233 average for Darin Hayes.
And that is some shooting. Here's Darin Hayes. Darin Hayes leaving the 4-pin, or excuse me, the 9-pin. Couldn't tell from here. It was the 6-pin, excuse me, from our angle.
Third time's the charm. When you only have 7 more pins out there to name.
It was the 3, no, the 2, the 1.
And again, a left-hander against a right-hander. Darin Hayes from the local area, Tampa, Florida.
Now we're going to see a guy that I hear an awful lot about. Watching him warm up, he throws a monster ball. I tell you, this guy's got some pop in the ball. Quite a few 300s to his credit. I believe 37 career ones.
Unbelievable 6-800 series. This gentleman puts so much on a bowling ball. I want to see it with a left turn blinker. Watch how much of the lane he uses.
You can almost see a vapor trail behind it. Bang. Ooh.
And one of the disadvantages of the big hook, coming up very late, light,
yep.
and some of the leaves that you can leave.
2, 4, 8, 10. I've left this several times before. Here's some of the numbers on him. 6 800 series, including an 849 personal best, 37 300 games. Right now, his main concern is to pick up this one. A nasty leave here in the opening frame.
Oh, my. Oh, could not have gotten any closer to picking that up. He pushed the 2 and 8 right around the 10.
Let's look at this again, Leaven.
I don't think I've ever seen it quite done like this. Look at the 2 and the 8. Wow. They just suitcased the 10 and did not pick it up.
That defies geometry.
Yes, it does. Wow.
Powerful ball, though.
This man has really made his mark in amateur bowling. When the ABCs were in Reno, Nevada, he won 4 of the events.
4 eagles up there, unbelievable.
He has won the Super Bowl High Roller, which was a $45,000 first place prize. He won the Super Hoinky Classic, which in 1991 paid $100,000. He has had some big checks.
Bang. Neuman with a big X in the second frame, trying to overcome that opening frame in which he came in a little light. And as you said, when you throw a big bomb like that, you're bound to leave some stuff that defies description, stuff you don't see too often on Make That Spare when it was on TV years ago. Darin Hayes expecting a child in 5 months, and I must say, Leila, he looks pretty good for a man who's expecting a child in 5 months.
Typical male comment, Ted. Now, let's talk about his wife. She's the one that's probably back there nervous. Really could use that $10,000 first place prize money to go towards that new child, decorating the nursery, all those baby booties.
You bet. $10,000 could go a long ways towards setting him up on the right foot, too.
There you go.
Hayes converts. This is his first time on TV, and you know, there's probably a couple of butterflies there, but once he settles down, you're going to see this kid do some stuff. Works, owns actually an accounting and construction company. Got that accountant look, doesn't he?
He's probably very busy right now until the middle of April. Most accountants I know are.
Oh, yeah.
Also enjoys fishing and computers. Now that, he looks like he's more into the computers, which he probably does all his accounting work on the computers.
Not getting a break there, stoning the 7-pin. Let's see again.
Watch his ball just saw the rack. The 4-pin sits up against the 7, but does not take it out. Another player that really revs the bowling ball. A lot of ball speed.
Well, we'll take a look at Neuman now, the outstanding amateur. Leala gave you all of his accomplishments up in Las Vegas after a poor hitting first ball in the first frame.
Right now, he could take the lead by 2 pins. Bowled very well in the mixed doubles. Finished 3rd. We will not see him in that match along with his partner, national amateur champion Liz Johnson.
What a monster ball this guy throws. I'll tell you. He hit. Let's take a look at this right now and follow the pin action.
Well, take a look at his approach as well. 5 steps, high backswing. Watch the pin action here. That's his reaction.
Yeah.
We missed the pin action.
It's like throwing a grenade back there into the ditch. I'll tell you. Bang.
Well, I bowled next to him for 10 games. My partner, Bobby Belmont, and I bowled next to Liz Johnson and Mike for the 10 games in the mixed doubles. And it was pretty incredible.
I was going to ask you how your back was doing. You know, I know you had back pains from carrying Belmont through 10 games today.
Actually, that's not true. We bowled very well. We gave up nothing, and we did cash for 10th place.
I had to say that because I know he and Pops Belmont are watching the telecast tonight.
Well, I truly enjoyed bowling with him. We'll have to do it again sometime.
Bang.
And by the way, Bobby, you owe me $12.50.
And she means it. She left me a little note here to make sure that we catch up with you. We'll take a little breather and we'll be back for more. You can see here what a monster ball this Mike Neuman throws. We'll be back. We're in the Pasco I Men's Championship version of the 8th annual Cream of the Crop tournament live at Laweglo Lanes in Newport Richey.
And got the 10 out at the last minute.
Well, he was disappointed because he knows that Darin Hayes is just kicking it into 2nd gear and he wanted to get that 4-bagger.
Yes, he did.
But he did get a break from the messenger. You'll see here on the replay. Could have been worse than what he got.
Watch the head pin go off the wall. I'm not really sure. I think that was the 8 pin that ended up taking out the 10. Right now, it's a 1-pin lead for Mike Neuman. Can't get much closer than that.
Hey, I want to thank Sal DeLeese and Kathy Henry and the gang out here at Laweglo that have really made it a pleasant tournament. A lot of fine people made comments about how much they've enjoyed themselves here this week, and a great turnout out here to watch the championship finals.
They've really promoted this event well. This is the 8th annual Cream of the Crop tournament, as you mentioned before, Ted, and it's just building and building and building. And you know, I know they just have plans to make it even better next year. If you can do that, they're going to do it. Concentration on the part of Mike Neuman, the Buffalo Bomber. Man. Check to see if there's any survivors back there, Mike.
Well, right now, Mike's just shooting at a basic 200 pace, 208. Darin, with a strike up right now, can take the lead by 9 pins. He's working on a double.
Darin a little slow to get going, didn't get a strike on his first 3 frames, and that could be explained by perhaps butterflies being on TV for the first time. Of course, the reputation of Neuman, but I think all that's behind him right now. Bad break.
Oh, terrible break as he leaves the 6-8. Ball coming up a little high, but a 6-8 at a time that you need it the most. Again, he could have taken the lead. He needs a spare right here. He'll only be trailing by 3 pins if he can convert. He will try to slide the 6 pin into the 8. Again, Darin has 4 regional titles, 12 300 games. He's been in a must-strike situation before.
Well, he leaves himself open here in the 6th frame, and that's certainly a tough break for him, because he certainly could have put the pedal to the metal right there and kicked it into high gear, and he needed to do that against, when you're competing against a kid like Mike Neuman, you certainly don't want to leave him an open door like that.
Right now, Darin can go off the sheet for 233. On the other hand, Mike can shoot 258.
Nice comeback. And he gets the strike, and we'll be back with more action at the Pasco I-Benz Championship version of the 8th Annual Cream of the Crop, live from Laweglo Lanes in Newport Richey. Along with Laweglo